I'm Kevin Harrington, an original shark from the hit TV show Shark Tank. Welcome to this edition of Business Icons. And I have two special guests, Barry Spencer and Scott Noble. Thanks for being here, guys.
Good to be with you.
Hey, now I got to ask you this. I know you're nationally recognized speakers and authors and wealth planning specialists, both of you, but what is the kind of customer that you actually help? Who do you like to work with?
Yeah, we love working with business owners, executives, and professionals who really want to do more with their money for themselves.
Guys like me, business owners,
absolutely.
Right? Entrepreneurs,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah, right.
They want to
Cool.
do more with their money for themselves,
Right.
their family, and their community.
Right.
Yeah.
So you help them stretch it out longer and into retirement. Is that part of it too?
Yeah, and really protect and preserve their wealth. And I find that there's really three desires that people have more than anything else, regardless of how much they've made.
Okay.
Number one is really to have the peace of mind. They'll have everything they need for the future to be able to keep the lifestyle they've become accustomed to.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
And number
absolutely.
two is really to have the kind of freedom that where they can enjoy what they want and what they always hope they'd be able to do, whether it's hobbies, travels, time
Right.
with family.
Hey, if they want to play some golf, you
Absolutely.
structure it so they can enjoy.
Play the
but
golf, do the trips,
have some
take the
peace of
family.
mind too, right?
Absolutely,
Right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then the last thing would really be able to have an impact on the community in which they live, causes that matter to them deeply.
Oh, super. That's fantastic. So now the two of you guys are partners in the business,
Absolutely,
correct? Right?
yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So how did both of you get started, and when did this partnership get
Absolutely.
formed?
Yeah, we were friends long before we were partners.
Oh, that's great.
But my journey really came when my father was losing his 4.5-year battle with cancer.
Oh, God bless.
At 62 years old.
Yeah.
And as he was, and I've seen those scenes in the movie before where a man's on his deathbed and reaches out to someone close by to give a final charge.
Okay.
Just never imagine myself being
Wow.
in one of those scenes.
Oh,
you know?
wow. Yeah, that's tough.
There my father was, and he said, "Barry, be sure you take care of your mother." It was an odd command coming from my dad. My father was born and raised on a farm, 18 years old, leaves the farm with $240 in his pocket to become a multi-millionaire business owner.
Oh, wow.
So what he took in from the farm, he took to his business. Strong work ethic, good stewardship, sound thinking, and it's what he wanted to do for his wealth as well.
Right.
However,
Did he plan?
He did. In fact, he had a 90-page legal document that was up to date at his passing. Traditional estate plan that ultimately culminated in a deathbed charge to me.
Right. Not only a hard worker, but a smart entrepreneur.
businessman,
Right?
smart
Fantastic.
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And yet he missed out on some huge opportunities
Oh.
and left us with significant regrets.
Ooh, okay.
And
Got
as a
it.
result of that, there were three main things that happened.
Right.
Number one, within about 4 years of my father passing,
Yeah.
my dad's estate was nearly cut in half for my mom.
Oh, wow.
So as a result of that, she really faced an uncertain future for her income. She looked out the next 30 years of her life.
Right.
And lastly, it really was about missed opportunities for my dad. He was very generous,
Right.
and he really wanted to give back. And there were a number of missed opportunities that he could have done even more
Right.
to cement and establish his legacy.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of regrets on our side, and
Yeah.
so my passion is more of a conviction
Yeah.
to make sure no one experiences that, and they really see that they can do more than they even knew was possible.
Yeah. Now, Scott, did you have anything in a similar fashion that motivated you to want to be in this business?
Absolutely, Kevin.
Yeah.
So I was the shortest kid on the high school basketball team.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And so we're in the gym one afternoon getting ready to play a game, and the gym's full of students and faculty. And as a short guy on the court, I'm up at the top of the key, and I see an opportunity to grab a rebound. So off I go, and I grab the rebound, and inside my head, I'm thinking, yes. Problem is, my buddy Paul, who's underneath the basket, at the same moment had a thought, which was to rip my shorts down.
Can you imagine? Oh, man.
Embarrassing, right?
Okay.
So, well, fast forward into my career. I'm a CPA, an auditor, and corporate controller for a fast-growing company.
Okay.
We were sold for about $1.6 billion.
Oh, wow.
And as a
Okay,
member
great.
of the management team, I was able to participate in the success of that company.
Very nice. Very nice.
So my wife and I experienced walk-away freedom money.
Beautiful.
We decided we better go find an advisor, and we went to one of the big banks, handed over the money. I was the kid with the rebound again.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Right,
Okay.
really true, right?
Yeah.
You can see that, can't you?
Yeah, and life was good until within a matter of months, the majority of that wealth had been lost.
That's unbelievable. Pulling your pants down, right?
I was
Like that.
pantsed again.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Except this time it wasn't about embarrassment. It was really about lost opportunity.
Yeah.
The opportunity to have an impact on our family as well as in our community.
Right.
And afterwards I was thinking, how can this happen?
Yeah.
And the reality for me is that we didn't have the opportunity to get clear about what we wanted,
Right.
what we had, and what we could do.
Yeah.
And the truth is that there were a couple of strategies that if we had had the opportunity to put in place, would have preserved all of that wealth, all that opportunity to have the impact that we desired.
I mean, so you had the exit, and some people, if you get that once in a lifetime, that's good, but you got to be ready to plan for that, and so you need great advice.
That's
right?
exactly right.
Yeah.
So you look at, two stories that bring two different perspectives,
Right.
we got two different personalities that come to it.
Right.
And so what we found is a really powerful combination, both
Yeah.
in our stories and our backgrounds and experiences, where
Yeah.
it's really more like 1 + 1 = 5.
I love that.
Does that make
yeah.
sense?
Well, Scott, you've got that finance. What was your chief financial?
Yeah, I was CFO, CPA, all
CFO,
that
right?
stuff.
Yeah.
And now your background were you
Yeah,
more
a lot of
marketing oriented, leadership?
but a lot
Yeah.
of leadership. And one of
Okay.
the reasons that that it made sense is that in this industry, leadership more than anything else is lacking.
Right, absolutely.
Right.
So you had challenges in both of your personal lives, from your family to
Yeah.
your own exit strategy.
Yeah.
What do clients of yours now face, and some of the challenges that
that's
they have on a day-to-day basis?
That's a great question,
Yeah.
Kevin. We found that there's 12 significant challenges that most people face, whether
Okay.
they're business owners, executives, professionals, and I think the one that rises right to the top for us is running out of money.
Okay, yeah. Nobody
it's-
wants that to
no
happen.
one wants
right?
that to happen, right?
Yeah.
AARP did a study that found that that for 2 out of 3 retirees, they're more fearful of running out of money than death itself.
Oh, wow.
And in our own research and work with folks around the country worth $1 million up to nearly $1 billion,
Right.
we found that number is more near 3 out of 3. In fact, one gentleman worth $32 million, running a $320 million family foundation,
Right.
72 years old, said to me, Barry, I'm really concerned about whether my money will be there for me most when I need it the most.
Well, people are living longer today,
They're
right?
living
So,
longer, that's right.
they need to have money for as long as they live, and so that's part of your plan. This is part of the 12 steps.
Absolutely,
right?
because people will be in retirement almost as long as they were working, if not longer.
Right.
Right. So
And-
significant challenge.
And with the finance background you have, do you also get involved in helping people with taxes, for example?
Absolutely.
Is that- yeah.
It's good that you mentioned that
Yeah.
because that's one of the other concerns, right? A lot of people wonder, am I paying too much in taxes?
Right.
And most people don't know there's over 72,000 pages of tax code.
Oh, wow.
And the reality is there's really two sides to taxes. One is tax preparation, which is really looking in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
It's very reactive,
after
it's
it's already-
reporting.
already
Nothing
happened.
else you can do.
Right.
Now, the opportunity lies within tax planning.
Planning, sure.
Right? This is forward thinking. This is proactive. This is finding the hidden opportunities in the 72,000 pages of tax code to
Right.
find tax savings, and they're there.
Yeah.
That's right.
Fantastic. So, what about, you mentioned challenges with health and
Yeah.
family. Do you help in the healthcare arena also for some of your
Sure,
clients?
I think there is a significant piece of worry around that, and I think the other piece to that fits right in with the tax, with that as well, Kevin, is the ability to create a lasting legacy with those tax opportunities.
Yeah.
And when people start to realize that they can save on taxes and have it mean more for them in their own pocket,
Right.
more for their family, and more for charitable causes they care about, it really becomes a 1, 2, 3 power punch.
Right, right. So now, I love that you shared that you have this 12 steps,
Yeah,
right? And so
sure.
you've shared a few of those,
Yeah.
and I know we're not going to have time to do all 12
Right.
today, but
Yeah.
do you have one more maybe we could share before we wrap up our
Yeah, absolutely.
episode
I
here
really
today?
think that you brought up a piece of healthcare, and it really fits
Yeah.
into the overall package of lifestyle and having a lifestyle freedom and security. And when
Right.
people put those together, and most people live in that uncertainty because they really don't know how to put it all together, both financial and legal, to put them together in the same package.
That's great. So now, I love the fact that the two of you both have strengths, and so
Yeah.
and it's when you're meeting with clients, individual clients have different needs and also different personalities. That I would imagine the 1 + 1 = 5 is a great analogy
Sure.
because you can kind of sounds like you have the ability to cover virtually any client that's in this sweet spot of being an entrepreneur, a business owner,
Right.
an executive. It's you cater to people that are at the higher end of their life, but they want to really preserve that wealth long term.
They want to preserve it. They're high net worth, and they don't even see themselves as high net worth a lot of times.
Right.
And folks we've audited, whether it's $2 million or $20 million,
Yeah.
they just think this is what I've got. They've worked hard to earn it, but they really want to be good stewards, and they want to fashion what they have to make the most of what they have.
Well, when I hear about someone that's worth $30 million that is put a $300 million charitable business together, it is now thinking, do I have enough money?
Right.
So I can see that is having enough money for the rest of your life, as long as we're all living. This is a great feature. So I want to thank you guys for being here. Barry and Scott, it's great having you.
It.
And so there's got to be just one place, one action step for anyone listening though right now.
Absolutely.
That you could tell them where to go to get more of those 12 steps.
Yeah, I really appreciate you
Okay.
having us on. We really enjoyed being with you today. Yeah. And as we continue our research, we put some of that latest content and research together in packages people can easily consume.
Right.
In articles, special reports, and books. And they can find all of that on our website at wealthwithnoregrets.com. And then call us as well for that same information and content at 678-278-9632.
Well, you heard it here. Barry Spencer, Scott Noble, amazing guys. Thanks for being with us on this edition of Business Icons.